And there is a live look right now at the air traffic tower. And, you know, there were some real concerns this morning about the people in charge of keeping those safe and keeping the planes in the sky safe as well. An alarm being sounded by some air traffic controllers who say they're facing a, quote, staffing emergency. Their union says experienced controllers are retiring too quickly. They say on a busy day, in a busy city, it could be a recipe for disaster. Patrick Forey, the president of the Air Traffic Controllers Association, joins me now from Washington. Thanks so much for being with us.
Pleasure to be here, Karen.
Explain the staffing shortages that you're referring to.
Well, in the last year, we lost 1,600 controllers in the FAA, and up to this point, since October, we're going to near 500 controllers, veteran controllers, that leaving the agency. And we don't take this very lightly. We don't come out and say that we believe the system is increasingly becoming unsafe, but there's too many facts and figures, too many other independent agencies that are looking at this and saying there's a serious problem out here.
So what are the problems when you talk about less experienced air traffic controllers? You would assume that if people were, you know, trained and able to do the job, that they could handle the situation even in a very busy city.
Well, first of all, it takes nearly 3 to 5 years to certify a controller from no knowledge and even limited knowledge to be a certified professional controller. It's not something you just learn overnight or that you just plug and play. That's a big problem. And we right now, and just to give you an example of the 4 major areas I'm talking about, in New York, at JFK, there's 22 controllers there, 22 veteran controllers when there should be about 39. They've lost 40% of their workforce since 2001, and they've increased traffic by 40%. You have California, Southern California, that feeds Los Angeles, San Diego, and many of those major airports out there. They've lost 40% of their workforce in that radar facility. And just yesterday, the Los Angeles City Council passed a unanimous resolution that they need the FAA to get out there and put more experienced controllers in those facilities and find a way to keep them there. They're leaving in droves. We're going to lose about 500 by the end of this month.
I got you. Now, the FAA is weighing in this morning. They're saying we wouldn't, quote, we wouldn't be operating air traffic facilities if we thought they were unsafe. Is there any element of sounding this alarm in order to try to get a better labor agreement? I know you guys are still in negotiations.
Well, actually, we're not in negotiations. The agency cut off negotiations over a year ago and imposed their work and pay rules, essentially, which is what's driving controllers out of the FAA. There is absolutely no incentive to stay. The numbers are so short, these controllers don't want to be left holding the bag when disaster hits. I mean, when you have the GAO stating that the controller ranks are so low, that they're fatigued and that there's going to be a serious accident or a catastrophic runway incident in the near future, I think the FAA needs to stand up and quit saying we have adequate staffing across the country. I mean, they just came out yesterday, I think the administrator, or yesterday or the day before, stating that their goal is 8.8 deaths per 100 million operations. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't want to be one of those 8. I don't know about you.
No, I hear what you're saying, and in fact, the NTSB recommended that you guys try to work with the FAA in an effort to reduce this controller fatigue. You talk about the negotiations being cut off at this point, so what is on the horizon for air traffic passengers?
Well, I think on the horizon for air traffic passengers is the agency is going to have to take some kind of action to ensure that the system stays safe, and right now I don't believe it is in many of these major places. That could mean delays, that could mean restrictions, that could mean a whole lot of things, but that's the agency's responsibility, and they need to do something about it. They need to find a way to keep experienced veteran controllers from leaving, and having a labor agreement would be a good start.
All right, Patrick Forey, thanks for your input today, and thanks for giving us your point of view.
Thank you.